Okay. So we'll talk about list. See, list is an ordered collection. Okay.
Okay.
Matlab the contents that we put into the list will have an order. Okay. So by default, see, when you see a order, okay, so in order you know what is coming first, what is coming second, third, last, second last, all those things, right?
Okay.
So there are some collections like um, say dictionary. Okay,
Hmm.
it will not have order. Okay, so but you will have a index. Okay,
Okay.
so we call it as key. So using key, you'll be able to access each member. Okay, then you have a set concept, a collection of data. Okay, set is also collection of data. Dictionary is also collection of data. List is also collection of data.
Okay.
Difference is list is ordered collection. By default, when you keep on adding values to the list, it will have an order. Set will not have an order at all. Okay, so
Okay.
there you don't know what is come, what is first, what is second. Okay, how does it? How do we use it to handle values? We'll talk about it when we talk about set. Dictionary has key value there. Okay, so using key, you are able to access the value. Again, we'll talk about it when we go there. So list. Okay, so let's see if I define a list. I'm going to define a call it as list one equal to. Okay, in Python, the moment we say equal to, that's when it is able to decide which type it is, right? So I'll say list one equal to, right? So when I say list one equal to bracket open and close, it means I'm defining a variable list one which is of type list and it has no value. Okay, so how do we find a type of a list? Print, we
Type
say,
A list.
right?
Type list one.
Aha. So help list will tell us about this, but if I want to know the data type of list one variable, okay, I want data type of list one variable. So in this case, I'll simply say type of. So type of is a function which gives the data type of a variable. So when I run it, it's pointing to the wrong program. Okay.
It's not saved, I think.
No, it's not connected to py, it was connected to something else. Okay, so see, you got class list.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how you define. Okay, so when you say collection of data means you can add more than one values. So whatever we have done so far, okay, we were assigning one particular value to a variable. But now we are going to collections, which means we can add more values to a single variable. A single variable will have more than one value. So here I have 34 and 12. If you want to know the number of elements, I have something called as num.
So more than one variable, matlab, we
No,
cannot give
more than one
only
value, not
one
variable.
variable.
Sorry,
Okay.
more
Okay.
than one value. Okay, not variable. Sorry.
Okay. It's compulsory, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
No, see, it's not compulsory. What I mean to say is you can have a blank also, right? So earlier when I defined list one equal to, it was blank. It has no value. So you can
Okay.
have one value, you can have two value, you can have multiple values. But in
Okay.
integer, you can have only one value. So when I say a
Hmm.
equal to 5, a can only have 5. You can't say a
Okay.
equal to 5 and 7, right?
Okay.
At any given point of time, variable a will have only one value. Okay, but
Yeah.
in this case, you have two values here,
Okay.
right? So you can
Yeah.
I can add third value as well. Let's say 45. So
Yeah.
all the values that you see here, 34, 12, 45, they're separated by comma and put it under one single square bracket. So
Okay.
the moment you put square bracket, it means it's a list. And
Hmm.
comma, okay, differentiates between one value and another. So when you have 34, 12, 45, it means list one has three values, 34, 12, and 45. So if you want to know the number of elements, we have a function called as len. Okay, so I'll say number of elements. I'll say len of list 1. So when you run it, it gives you 3. Okay, that means there are 3 elements in the list 1. Okay. Okay. Now I told you these are ordered collection. That means there is an order. Now I want to know the second element. Okay. So remember we discussed this before. In Python, counting starts from 0. Remember when we discussed for loop? In Python, counting starts from 0. Okay. So if I want second element, the index will be, what is the index of second element? 1. Index of first element, yeah, that's right. Index of
0.
first element will be 0. Index of second element will be 1. Index of third element will be 2. So if I need to print the second element, okay, I can say print say second element, comma, list 1 of 1. So see, we have seen this in string also. The concept that we discussed in string about accessing an element from a list is same concept as we discussed in string. So the way you access elements in string is same as the way you access elements in list. So in string also we gave square bracket, remember. So square bracket is used for both declaring a list and also accessing a index. So generally, you know, when you put it without equal to or on left side, we are trying to you know, get that element number. It's used as the index. Okay, when you're using it to assign values, okay, like this, we are assigning values to list 1. So it's on right side. So that's when we are using it as a list, right? The way we extracted list string elements was also like this. So if I wanted to print third character from a string, so we give same thing, right? str1 of 1 of second element will be 1, right?
Yeah.
Remember, same way, we accept or we extract list elements also. Okay, so when I run it, you get second element, which is 12. Right? Now list can have values from different data types also. Doesn't mean that you have to store same values. So here we are storing three integer, fine, but we can also store fourth element, maybe let's say 4.0, 5.1, sorry, comma. Okay, so you can have multiple values in a list. Okay, now okay, so let's add one string also. Let's try to add one string and see how string works. Say hello. You can also add Boolean, right? You can even add a list to a list. Okay, so the one of the members of list is also a list. Now you tell me the line number 4, the len of, what will be the len? What will the output of that?
8, I think.
And then tell
8, I think, sir.
Okay, now see, when you're talking about list 1, the whole thing is a list, right? And 5, 6, 7 is a sub list kind of thing. It's not part of the main list, right? So let's say if you talk about an apartment, okay, you talk about a building which has multiple apartments. If I'm talking about apartments, I will not count the number of bedrooms that you have in your apartment, right? Because my focus is on the apartment only. How many apartments are there in this building? Okay, so I'm not going to talk about the
bedrooms.
bedrooms, right? So this might have multiple rooms. Okay, now in a building you can have 3 BHK, 2 BHK, 1 BHK, right? Doesn't matter because
Yeah.
everything will be treated as one apartment only. Yes, if you're talking about how many elements each of the apartment has, how many bedroom each of the apartment has, then you'll talk about, okay, this is integer, this is a string, but the whole thing is one list. Okay, so here this is one variable, this is another, this is another, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is 8 members in this list. So when I run it, you will get, as you said, you were right, you get 8 elements, right? And second element is 12. Let's say I want to print 5, 6, 7. What will I do here?
List 8, 7.
List 7, correct. Okay.
So
And
what
also,
if we want to access the subset? Like,
yeah, we'll do
the
it. We'll do it. So what more? So okay, one is 7. Is there any other way to do that? Another way to get the
minus
element?
1.
-1, exactly. Okay, because that's the last element, right? So if that's the last element, you can also do -1, okay, and you can access it. Right?
Yeah.
Just give me a second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So as you said, we can get the last element using list 1 of -1, right? When you print it, you get isocell, right? Now this whole thing is one member, right? So that's why we got this. Now if I want to know the type of this, type of last one, what it will be?
List.
List, obviously, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now if this whole thing is a list, if this whole thing is a list, right? So how do you print the last member of a list?
Inside list, again we have to give, like, is it something like
List
that?
1, correct? And this is -1. So this whole
Again
thing is a
inside
list. This whole thing is a list. I want the last element of this last list. So I'll put one more square bracket. And
Okay.
okay. So, so what you could do is, it's something like this, doing A equal to list 1, right? So of -1 I'll do, right? So now you're replacing this with A. That's it. Okay, you're replacing the last element, you have done it. Okay, now okay, now if I do type of -1, -2, -3. If I do -3 here, and if I do -3 here, and when I run it, you get -3, right? The second element. So print here. List 1 of -3. Okay. So list 1 of -3 is what? Hello. Type of hello is
String.
string. Right?
So what if like we give like type of list one is -3, okay? What if we give two values like -3, -2 and -3? Will it print?
No. See. Okay. So I did not understand the question. Let me first. We'll do step by step. Okay. See,
Okay.
first thing you're talking about data type, right? Data type, the type function is only for one value, not for multiple values, right? So type function will accept only one. Okay. So we'll talk about type and then we'll go to how to accept extract more than one value. So here the type of list of -3 is -1, -2, -3. So hello, list of -3 will give you string. Now you have a equal to list 1 of -3. Okay, list 1 of -3 is hello, and I'm saying hello of -1 will be O. That's why you got O here.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now if I need to print 4.02 hello, how will I do? You tell me.
4.02 hello.
Yes. So all three including.
Together.
Yes. Yeah.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, 4, 5, but it won't work.
Remember what we have done
will
in string. Remember? You don't remember.
So I forgot. No.
Right. Okay. So we used colon. We used colon.
Okay, colon.
Right. So now you tell me.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3. We can give 3. Colon. Then 4. Then 5. 4.
4?
Yeah.
You forgot everything. See, 4 means the first number 3 is including, and the second last number is up to. So if you give 4, it is like from 3 you go up to 3 only.
Sorry.
So you get only one value.
Okay.
Right?
It will be 5 then. Yeah.
Then if you do 5, it will do 3 and 4. You have to do 6. That's why,
Okay, sorry,
you
it
get
starts from
3
0. Okay,
values.
sorry. Yeah, 6. Yeah.
Okay, now you get
6.
4, 5.1 and hello. Right? So up to 6 means 3, increment by 1, 3, 4, 5, and not 6 because up to 6, not including 6. Okay. So this is how we say the ordered collection. The index, just like string, we did not give we did not give specially any order, right? So list also we have not given. It knows that how much it should do, right? So, and what is the index of each element? We are nowhere defining that, okay, 34 is 0. By default, Python list in Python is taking the index number, right? Okay. Second property, okay, and again, if you remember from string was immutable. You
Yeah.
can override, but you cannot edit the value. List is mutable. Okay, so if I want to change the first value of list 1, I can easily do it. So if I say list 1 of 1, I want to change second value equal to 900, and now I say print list 1.
Okay.
Okay, it is mutable. Okay, second property. Okay, one more thing. There's something called as shared references. Okay, what it
What
means?
shared references?
Yes, so I'll show you and then we'll talk about it. So this is list 1, 34, 945, 404, 5.1, etc. Right? Now I'm going to create list 2 equal to list 1. Okay, and okay, for that let's learn one first inbuilt function of list, which is append. I want to add an element to existing list. I want to add an element to existing list. Okay, so the list is 34, 12, etc. I want to add an element at the end. So append is a function which will add the element at the end itself. Okay, automatically it will add
At the end. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so okay, so let's say list 2 dot append. Okay, and I add 999. Okay, so if I print list 2, okay, you will have 999 at the end. Correct?
Okay.
It added to the list 1. Right? Now if I print list 2, it added to the list 2. Now if I print list 1, what do you think the output will be?
Same.
Same?
No, actually we have to give list. No, okay. You already gave. I think it will be same. Okay. Like list
So
2 equals to list 1. Okay.
no, so yeah, so what happens is when you say equal to, right here, line number 12.
Yeah.
When you say equal to, the list 2 is not created as a separate entry in the system. Okay, so generally if I say a equal to 5 and b equal to a will have the value 5 and b will also have a separate memory location where the b value is 5. But when you say equal to, Python does not duplicate, does not create another copy. It will simply say, okay, list 2 you want to be equals to list 1. So list 2 you point to the main list.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why even though we said list 2 equal to list 1, and then we are changing the list 2. Okay, if we are changing before, then then not a problem, right? Then you would expect it to happen.
Yeah,
But we are
that's not.
changing it afterward also. So,
Mm-hmm.
so let's say if I, let me try to explain it here.
Yeah, like it works after like assigning list 2 equals to list 1 also. Still, it's working like the
Yeah.
same.
Why? Because,
Yeah.
okay, this is your list one. Let's say I created list one first, right? And when I say list
Hmm.
two equal to, when I say list two equal to, list two will be the label which is
Hmm.
pointing to the same values.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, let's see if I'm staying with you for some time. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when somebody asks you what's your address, one option is I will give you, I'll write my address there.
Yeah, the same
Okay,
address.
so
Yeah.
where I duplicate the value. So you will have your address and I write my address. So our address are same. So still I'll write it. Right.
Okay.
Second
Mm-hmm.
option is saying, oh, my address is same as Shivam's address. So when you
Yeah.
say equal to is like saying my address is same as Shivam's address.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even if I change my address somewhere, but since I'm saying my address is same as Shivam's address, so people think that you have also changed your address. If you change your address, even then people think that I have changed my address because I said my address is equal to Shivam's.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that this is that case. There is another way of duplicating. So here I'm going to, so list 2 aggregated equal to list 1, and here I'm going to say list 3, okay, list 3 equal to list 1 dot copy.
Okay.
So when I say dot copy, I'm saying create a duplicate copy and then assign to list 3. In this case, that shared references will not be there. In when I say equal to, they are sharing their references.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when I say list 2 equal to list 1, they are sharing the references. Okay, so whatever 2 does, A will see, whatever A does, B will see, or whatever 1 does, 2 will see, whatever 2 does, 1 will see after making that connection.
So just print this. I want to see how the line number 13 is working.
Yeah. So we'll do that, of course. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add to list 3 also. And I'm going to add to list 1 also. Append. Okay, and I'm going to print. Okay, so last 3. This is list 2. I added 3 in list 1 is reflecting in list 2. I added 99 in list 2, right? So that is getting reflected here. And you see, I added in 111 to list 3. Only so one list 3 is showing 111. Other 2 lists are not showing it.
Okay. Okay. The like list 1 is like same as list 2, but list 3 is different. Like it's working like differently.
The moment I say, okay, so again, it's like this. Equal to is like both of us sharing same book for examination. We are sharing the same book.
Huh.
And so if I put some mark in the book, you will also see it. If you put some mark in the book, I'll also see it. Live sharing, shared
Okay.
references. Same book is there.
Uh,
So morning I'll read, evening you read. So morning if I come and put some color or some in it, evening when you open, you will see those whatever scribbling I have done. Okay,
yeah.
and I'll be able to. So some people have this habit of writing marks in the book, right? So it is same book. So whatever I do, you will be able to see. Whatever you do, I'll be able to see. So that is like equal to. Equal to means sharing.
Mm.
Yeah, sharing the same values.
Okay.
Equal to. Equal to is like creating a duplicate. So now I have a book and you say that you want my book for study. So I'll say, okay, here is the book. Please do the photocopy and give me the book. So you'll go, you get the photocopy and you get the book. So till that point, whatever mark I have done, whatever values I've added, you will get it, isn't it? Because when you take the Xerox, whatever scribbling I have done, that will be printed in the Xerox, right?
Okay.
But after that point, after the Xerox is done, whatever I do in my book, you will not be able to see. Whatever you do in your book, I will not be able to see.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Understood.
called shallow copy.
Okay.
Deep copy, or shared references copy is this: when you say equal to, you are creating a duplicate copy. No, sorry, you're not creating a duplicate copy, right? Okay, you are just pointing it to the same memory location. When you say dot copy equal to, that's when you are creating a duplicate copy. After duplicate copy, it's a different issue. Okay, those are two different variables. Okay, they will not be able to see what you are doing and what your friend is doing. That's an example of, I mean, that is the difference between dot copy and dot, not dot, I mean equal to, simply equal to.
Equals to.
Okay, great. Now we have seen append function, right? You can have, similarly, you can have a function called clear. Clear
Okay.
will delete everything or all the elements. Okay, so if I say list 2 dot clear, close the other, no, sorry, not here, it is here. Okay, so okay, so now I say list 2 dot clear, right? And I'll put it before adding 333 dot clear. So list 1 and list 2 both became empty, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Next, okay, so you have seen copy count. I want to count certain number of values. See, len will give us total count, total how many elements are there. Okay, now I want to count hello again. Let's say I put okay, so let's say I want to measure how many hellos are there.
Okay.
here, right? So I'm going to say print. Before that, let me save it in variable. COUNT.
So count is used to count the
Number of
volume.
elements in that list. Okay. So count hello is a variable, and I'm saying list 2 dot count. Today my laptop is a little higher, so I'm not able to clearly see the now numbers. Okay, the letters of the key. Okay, so list 2 dot count, and I'll say here hello dot count, and then you pass the value that needs to be counted. So if I say hello here, it is going to count the number of hello in the list 2, and here I'm going to say number of hello in the list. Okay, what happened? Why did we get
0?
yeah?
So actually, we cleared no
Exactly.
list 2. We cleared.
Did they clear?
So we can give list 3.
Yeah, I can give list 3, or what I'll do is I will cut and paste it here. Right? You're right. Okay. Right? So you get 3. Okay. Okay, so there's something called insert. See, append is also adding, and insert will also add. List 2 dot insert. But in insert, we are giving the position. Append, we don't give position. Okay. Insert, we don't give position. By default, it gets added at the end. Right? But insert is a function using which again we can add to the list. And here we give position, let's say 3 comma hello, let's say. Now you see, list 2 is clear. There's nothing in list 2. Okay. And I am saying, let me print this list 2. Okay, I am saying insert 3 comma hello. There's no third, there's no 0, 1, 2 position. Third means fourth position I'm trying to add. But it will not throw error. It will allow me to add. Okay. But since there is no one in front of 3, it becomes by default 0.
Okay.
Right? Now again, I try to add something at third position, let's say. So again, what will happen? Okay, so I'm supposed to print it before print. Okay. So it is adding at third position, but since there's nothing between first and third, so it became second position. Right? Again, I'm going to add, and this time I'll say 555. So since there's nothing at third index, right? Fourth, so it became here. Now again, I will let me add. This time I will add true. Now you see what happens. Okay. True, fourth position, so it found fourth position. But again, I'm going to add something like, say, Hyderabad. I'm saying third position, right? Fourth place. So what was at fourth place will go to fifth place. So when you didn't add that position, it added as a last position, right? We said third, even though there's no list, so it added at first, second, third, fourth. Now it has the fourth element. So now if you try to give 3 or position 4, the fourth position will be pushed to fifth and it will add. It pushes and adds.
Okay.
right? Now
Got it,
again,
yeah.
if I add one more, let's say Chennai here, what will happen?
Chennai will come on third, like the fourth.
And Hyderabad will
Yeah.
go to fourth and true to the last.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's how this insert works. Okay. We'll do two more examples and we'll end for the day. Tomorrow we'll talk about how to do for loops and we'll take some example. Okay. We have something called as pop and remove. Okay. So pop, okay, will remove. Okay, so let's do that. First, let's do remove. List2 dot remove. Okay. Now when I run it, error. Error is that the remove has to have a parameter. Okay, takes exactly one argument, 0 given. We did not give. It takes one argument. And what it takes the value that you want to remove. Let's say I want to remove this true. So I'll say remove true. Okay, so remove will take the value, and if the value is there, it will remove it. If it is not there, then what it will do? Let's see. I'm going to remove false, which is not there in the list. It gave error. The value will remove, okay. Remove will remove the value, given value. If it is not there, it will give false error. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one. Then we have second one, which is called pop. List2 dot pop. Let's run it and see. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, there is no error. Okay, what it did was
it removed true and it gave the value.
True we removed because we said true. Right, so true is
But
not. What does
Hyderabad,
pop do? Okay, so let me list2 before pop and list2
after pop.
after pop. It removed the last element.
Okay.
Last element. Okay. Or you can even define the index which you want to remove. I don't want to remove last element. I want to remove, say, I want to remove 555. So 555 will be 0, 1, 2, right? So I'll say pop 2.
Like I think remove and pop like does the same thing. Even there we can give the like.
No, see, pop works on index. Remove works on value. That's the difference.
Okay.
Remove works on value. So remove true, remove 555, remove 55, remove Hyderabad, remove Chennai, right?
Okay.
But pop will work on index. I want to remove first element, third element, irrespective of the value. Irrespective of the value, I want to remove the last element or the first element. Generally, in stack, we remove last in, first out. That's what we say. But yeah, list can be used to create stack queues, right? So you can use this pop to remove a specific value from a given set of values or from the given list.
Okay.
Right? This is how your remove works. Last one, okay? Last two, okay? One is reverse, one is sort. and I'll say print reverse list, and here I'll say list 2 dot reverse. Okay, none because it does not return anything. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to put this something like this here, reverse, and then have to print it. Okay, so the list, same list is reverse. It does not return anything. Same list is reverse.
Reverse. Okay.
Okay, same list is reversed. Then you have sort, which will sort it. So I'm going to say list 2 dot sort and print sorted list equal to list 2, right? Okay, so what did it say? Not supported between instances of int and str. Our list has both integer and string, right? So how can you sort, right? On what logic will you use? Correct. So if you have all string, still you can do it, right? Alphabetical order A to Z. All numbers you can do 1 to 10, 1 to 9, 0 to 9, whatever, right?
Yeah, but it has both.
It has both, right? That's the problem. So what we need to do is we will create a new list 2 and we will add just number, let's say 45, 34, 89, 23, 88, 43, 90. Now when you run it, by default, it is doing a increasing order.
Okay.
And if you perform reverse, it becomes descending order, right?
Yeah, reverse. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so one more index and extend. Those two functions are left, and some other operations will perform, and we'll take one example tomorrow. Okay, and then we'll continue. Tomorrow we'll meet with Python only. Okay, day after we do.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Take care. Bye for now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we have seen so far is that list is a ordered collection, right? And it is a one-dimensional. That means, you can store values like this. You can store even a list inside a list, right? You can store different types of values, right? So this is a string. We discussed about functions like append, clear, copy, count, right? Insert, pop, remove, reverse, sort, right? These are some of the functions that we have discussed for list, right? Okay, so there's one more thing which I want to talk about is how do you add to list? Okay, so let's say I call this as list A, okay, and I have something called as list B, okay, and I add some numbers like true, false, hello, let's say. Okay, now I can create list C equal to list A plus list B. I can do that. Okay, so in this case, what is happening is like doing A equal to B plus C, right? So the value of B and C will remain same. Okay, in this case, value of list A and list B will remain same. List C will be the one that will have the new value. So I can say list C here. Okay, So since I have written list A first, so when you run it, you will, okay, point to the wrong file. Okay, so you see, these are the first, it will, it will take the values from list A, and then it will add the values from list B. Okay, so
List
list
B.
C is a combination of A and B because we have said plus. Okay, so plus you can do. We also have a function called as extend. Okay, so when I say list A dot extend and list B. Now when you print list A, okay, what happens? So see, list A got changed. So if you want to store, if you don't want to change the original values, okay, or you want to store it as a different variable, then we can use plus sign. List C or third variable equal to variable first plus second variable.
Okay.
But if you want to store, it's like doing A equal to A plus B. If you want to do, so this is like doing A equal to B plus C. And this is like doing A equal to A plus B.
Okay.
Okay. So here B and C will add together and will be stored as in a separate variable. And here the first variable itself, the list dot extend, the list whichever dot you are doing, that list values will be updated with the new value.
Okay.
So if you're running a loop and you want to keep on adding the values, you would use extend.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the functions. Since we have spoken about plus, let's see. We'll talk about multiplication as well. So I'm going to say print something like this equal to list B into 3. Just like string, what it has done, it has repeated 3 times. True, false, hello. And into 3 is true, false, hello, true, false, hello, true, false, hello.
Oh, okay. This will work like this.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So what if we do list A into 3? Same thing?
Yeah. So A's content will be repeated 3 times.
Okay.
So this is like doing list B equal to list B plus list B plus list B. Okay, see, when we say 5 into 3, what does that mean? It means we are saying 5 plus 5 plus 5.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's what into multiplication is. If I say 5 into 5, it will 5 plus 5 plus 5 times. Right? Same way, when you say list B into 3, it's like saying list B plus list B plus list B. 3 times you are adding them together. Okay. So that's the thing. You can iterate through a list just like how you do string. Okay, you can iterate through this list, okay, using for loop. So if I want to read each values, I can say for I in list A. Okay, bracket open. So in every iteration, I will be taking each value from the list. Okay, so if you print I, first you'll get 3, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7 together. Right? So what happened? List A I did. Okay, because we have done list A dot extend, right? So list A has all the values. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. List true, false, hello. All these things have come together. So you can iterate through a list using for loop.
So why it's printing list?
Why it's printing list? Okay.
Do we have any variable name as list? Okay, okay, yeah, fine, okay, sorry.
Right. Okay. So we'll
Hello?
take one example. Okay, to
Yeah.
see how it works. List we will be using it very often. Okay, especially in the advanced topic, you will be using list very often. So let's say I want to write a program where somebody enters date in numbers. So if somebody enters like if they enter date like 5-12-2021, let's say. So we will print it as 5th December 2021. Okay. So here you see year is not changing, but for date we are adding, okay, either th or first means st, right? Second means nd, right? Third is your rd, right? And then
Yeah.
th. Okay. December again, number we are converting into the text name of the month, and of course year we are not changing. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll create two different lists. One will handle date and month separately. We'll create one list for date, one list for month, and what we'll do is based on the index. Okay,
Okay.
we will
Yeah.
print th or the value name. Okay, so for example, I'm going to create list called months, and I'm going to say January. Okay, for for saving time, convenience, I'm talking about 3 letter.
Yeah, yeah.
March, April, October, then November, and December.
December.
Okay. So yes, so this is the month. Okay, so before that, what we'll do is we will ask the user to enter the date, month, and year. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to say date equal to int of input enter the date. Okay, and similarly we'll do empty, and we'll do via.
Yeah.
Okay, now okay, let's handle date first. So I'll call it as date ending equal to, okay, so I'll create a list here. You see what are the possible dates first. Okay, one is first, second, third, then th. Okay, so first I'm going to say I'll create a list And in list, I'm going to say first, right? Second, third, right?
Yeah.
Now, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
All 8th.
No, 18, 20, 20th. Till 20th,
21st. Okay.
right? Will be TH. So 3 we
Hmm.
have already have it. So from 4 to 20 is 17. So I'm going to say 17 times TH. I'm putting plus, that means it will all get added up, isn't it? And
Okay.
then 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Again, we have STNDRD for 20th. And then after that, again, for 24, 25, 26. For next 7
Yeah.
is again TH.
Okay.
So this will be 30th. See, we can type TS, 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 but why to type? Okay, we have a convenience. We have a shorter way to do that in Python, right?
Hmm.
TH. So till 30th we'll get, now 31st to 31st, right? We have only one, 32nd is not there in the month. So I'm going to say plus list, right?
Okay. Plus list. So how will plus list work? Okay. ST. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Just now we did it, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we need to print it. Okay. So something like that. Print date entered is. Okay. Now date. Okay. We need to find the date, right? So if it is 5, if it is 5, we have to put 5 as it is, right? Plus 5. Now see, this
So
is
it's
it.
not.
No, I'm saying date entered is,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just saying 5. Let's say if date entered is 5, okay?
Okay.
So it should
We
come
are
as
assuming
5th,
that.
correct? It should come as 5th. But
Okay.
problem here is, if I put dt is integer, and we are taking here a number, right? So you can't add, this is string, isn't it? So you can't, this part is string, so you can't add number to a string. So you have to convert this into string. You can only add 2 numbers or 2 string.
Oh.
So now date has become string. So 5, or if entered date is 5, we have taken care of 5. Now the next part is, okay, to select that which th it wants, right? So index of this is 0, right?
Yeah.
Value is 1, index is 0. So if I say index minus 1, you will get it. Okay. How? So I want ending, right? Here I want to add ending, date ending, sorry. I want to add and date ending. Date ending, not all, but one particular value. Which value? Okay. If date is 1, I have to enter 0. If date is 2, I have to enter 2 minus 1. Right? So that you'll be able to get the index of this, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll say dt minus 1.
Okay.
Clear so far?
So just repeat once more the dt minus 1 part 1. Like,
Okay, tell me what you understood and then I'll tell.
so like I understood till the indexing and the value part, but
So
like why we are
indexing, date
minus 1?
indexing, so date ending has all these values, right? You have to pick
Yeah.
one of these. So if date is 1, we need to pick 0th index. If date is 5, we need to pick the 5 minus 1 4th index. So
Oh,
that's why
okay.
date
For
is
that.
the, yeah. So if today's date is 9, right? So you want 8th
Yeah,
element
yeah.
from this, because 8th element, okay, will be the 9th element, because counting starts from 0, right? Python does a 0 counting.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So date is done. Now we have to take care of the month. Okay. So month plus, we'll add this, and then I'm going to say, okay, a month is months. MONTHS. Okay, and month of. Okay, no, sorry, correct. This is months only. Months of. Empty is a month. So if somebody enters 12th, right? So 12 minus 1, right? So empty minus 1. Finish. This will give us the text. And then you can put your
Here.
okay. We'll add some space. Okay, and then we will add year. Date is say 9. Okay, I need to change that. I forgot to change it. Oops. Okay, so say same problem here. Your month and year is all integer, right?
Okay, we have to convert it on string. Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
Year. Or you can use comma, better, right? Plus you're using, so we have to convert into, so I say 9/12/2021. Ah, where did I make it?
That okay. So I think the whole should be inside a bracket, right?
For none type. Oh, okay, okay, okay. It's saying none type. Days is okay. Oh, we have to close it, right?
That's what I said.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. So this is giving error. So did we? This we put extra bracket here, right?
Yeah. Now it will take, I think.
Right? So you get 9th December 2021.
Okay.
Okay. With that, we finish list. Okay, I told you like
So
list.
some more examples on list, please.
Yes, 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 yes. So I'm going to give you list. This is practice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Apart from that, list is something that we will be using very often. So we will take a lot of examples in future when we discuss. Okay, we'll do take some more examples. Okay.
Yeah.
Because see, 80% of the work that we do, okay, is about basic data type that we have done. Okay, I would say 85%. The basic data type that we have done 5 types plus list, tuple, dictionary, and set. So these 9 things are mostly used. 80 to 85% time you will be using these things. So we will be doing list and we will be working on a lot of examples. So one thing I have to remember is list is mutable, right?
Yeah.
And it uses shared references.
Yeah.
Okay. One second. Let's stop here. Okay, for list.